Hi-ho, fellow armchair Imagineers! Tiki here,
And BlueDragonFive.
and it's time to put on makeup. It's time to light the lights. It's time to meet the Muppets on the Muppet Show tonight. That's right, it's ABC's modern meta-take on the Muppets. And tonight we will be breaking down episode 6 of season 1 entitled The X Factor.
So Tiki, why don't we get things started?
On the most sensational,
Celebrational,
Muppetational, this is what we call the Muppet Show.
Again.
Yes. All right, BlueDragonFive. Let me just be blunt here. Let me just be completely blunt. Is this show becoming an ordeal?
Not yet. It's getting there.
I mean, we have to watch it because we're such big Muppet fans. But it just seems like week after week we're just like, oh. No.
Well, let me speak from experience here with two other new shows.
Yeah.
So Muppets right now, just to be fair, they had a big old clunker last episode. Last episode was a big clunker.
Episode was a bomb for sure.
It was. Now, to be fair, every episode, every season every series has a few bad episodes. So they're in the start, so I think we can grant them one. So we can't completely lose interest now. However, two other shows that are on they're different network, bear in mind. So I'm just saying two new shows, Grandfathered and The Grinder, have completely lost me. At first, the initial premise seems interesting enough. Episodes that follow, it degrades in quality to the point of like it's completely ridiculous and like these characters are unlikable to the point of this premise doesn't work. The Grinder's premise just ran out of steam after the first episode. It's just like, okay, so the first episode, the pilot was good, but then it's just this idea of okay, lawyer and TV lawyer. TV lawyer actually has no legal bearing whatsoever, so how do they keep getting away with legal cases? Just completely ran out of steam with the premise. Grandfathered, still good. I mean, the premise. Good premise, but then they just kind of do these unlikable stories, and it's like, well, and no human being would act like this, and just completely have lost me. As much as I want to like that show, and I still give it a chance just because I like John Stamos, but then it's just still, it's killing me watching it now. And Muppets it's towing the line of getting there, which I mean, if they keep going in the direction of the last episode, then they're definitely going to be completely off the radar with that.
We'll see. But
yeah, right now they're still teetering a line, so there's still a good balance of good stuff so far. Like this one was a vast improvement from last week.
So let me ask you this: the reason why you don't particularly care for this episode, though, in spite of it being an improvement, is it just because Denise is involved? Is that it?
No. I'm just saying it's I don't have resounding negative things. Just kind of story wise, just felt a little weak. It wasn't bad or anything. Just a little. I can't exactly nail down what the issues were. Again, it's not a bad episode. It's just compared to the other stuff we've gotten, barring the last episode, yeah, it's not as impressive. But it's a step above what we got last week.
The thing that actually does stick out to me about this episode is I do feel like we get some good character development. So we'll get into it.
Yeah, I mean, again, I can't really. I'm just saying the story of like getting the.
Absolutely cliche. Yeah, absolutely cliche.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, with you there.
That's the only negative thing I can really say about this. Like, we've seen the story before, but not as bad as last week's story that we've seen before. Like literally, they pulled the SpongeBob on us with Fozzie Bear's story, which again, Fozzie's absent this episode. So
he is absent.
So, I mean, yeah, again, this episode, we'll get into it. Again, I'm not saying it's bad, but it's an improvement from last week. Not as great an improvement as I would have liked, but it was good though.
Okay. So let's get into it. We start with the Electric Mayhem, and they're playing a musical interlude. Mm-hmm. And Miss Piggy and Kristen Chenoweth, the great Kristen Chenoweth of Broadway fame of You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown, Wicked, and many other roles. Amazing Broadway star.
Certainly.
Wonderful.
So they're in the middle of like a pre-interview setup, so like before they hit the couch with each other and do the show. Like they're kind of chatting because I get a sense these two might be old friends. I kind of like that.
And you know what? I think it does kind of like reverse the whole pattern that we've been having of like, I think people are worried about it where it's like, oh, is this just going to be the same thing every time where Miss Piggy is just like seethingly jealous of every woman that comes on her show? And it's like, no, her and Kristen are, they're good friends.
That's what I mean, but they say they're
nice. That's nice.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean when they're towing the line. Like they're bringing some elements like that into it. So yeah, okay, it's not falling into the pattern of the negative stuff so far. They're changing up a bit. So I'm saying there's still some potential. And Kristen Chenoweth was a big plus this episode. She was great.
She is wonderful in everything she does, and yes, I agree.
She's very pleasant. Anyway,
Would
so
you say out of all the guest stars this season, would you say that she is wearing the golden short shorts?
I wouldn't go that far quite yet.
Is it Fishburne still?
Fishburne was awesome, but I also have how infatuated I am with Elizabeth Banks, so it's kind of hard for me to.
All right.
Anyway, point is, so they're in the middle of the pre-interview, and they're catching up. They're old friends, haven't seen each other in a while. We got Sadler and Waldorf kind of speaking Tiki's language about Kristen Chenoweth here, saying, Statler says, "Oh, that's a hot dish." And I said, "Wonder if we're too old for her." And he says, "Wait, you're cold?" No, that's the answer to that question. But yes, I'm also cold.
And then Denise kind of peeks her head up for the first time in 5 episodes.
Yeah, here's the thing with Denise. So let me address this. So again, Denise isn't exactly negative this episode. She's mixed on her. Like, she doesn't really add to the plot, doesn't really take away from it. She's just kind of there.
The first time she appeared, I was definitely like in the negative zone with her, and I'm with you. Right now, I'm kind of like neutral with her. It's like she doesn't do anything that's like offensive or anything like that, but at the same time, it's just like I really do see her more as kind of like a plot device to get Kermit and Piggy back together than I see her like as her own character.
Yeah, which is kind of a problem. So that's why I'm mixed on, because she had a nice little kind of endearing bit here for this episode, but then it's kind of mixed in the kind of the way Piggy's playing off Denise this episode kind of makes me kind of question, like, is Denise really going to click as a character? Which I think we're in the same boat there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Anyway,
sure.
So Denise drops by, and again towards the beginning here, there's some potential. Like, Denise drops by, saying hi to Kermit and such. Anyway, she reveals she's a big fan of Kristen Chenoweth. I'm sorry, I'm pronouncing that right, aren't I? It's
Chenoweth. Yeah, Chenoweth.
And make sure I get the first name. It's like I get the R's and the I's sometimes mixed up with the.
It's Kristen, I think. Yeah.
Kristen, like Kringle. Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, so she's a big Chenoweth fan, and not as much as Uncle Deadly, who was fantastic this episode, by the way. Uncle Deadly has not lost a step in any of these episodes.
He hasn't. He is probably the best overall character in this whole show. Maybe.
Brilliant move to make him reoccurring. So he is.
Oh yeah.
Uncle Deadly, he has one of the best.
So he's the proud domain owner of ChenowethFan1.com.
Yes. Anyway, so Denise wants to meet Miss Chenoweth really bad, but Kermit mentions in a little cutaway, little talking head that this kind of sheds some light on some character depth for Denise. But again, not as much given what follows, but he's kind of setting up this is why he loves the business for interactions like this. People who like go nuts for celebrities. That's what he likes about Denise, her enthusiasm, but not around Piggy, and doesn't want them in the same place. No. So here's an element. Here's an element I just kind of noticed this episode. Kind of makes me a little worried for the future with the episode. It's kind of a minorly negative element of the episode. I'm not crazy about Kermit. Kermit's gags to the confessionals. I'm a little mixed on them right now.
Some of them are mean-spirited.
Well, it's not exactly mean-spirited. I'll tell you what it is. It's like it's forced. It's like he's trying to it's like he feels uncomfortable in front of the camera, which you kind of understand, but just the gags, he's like, it feels too much like The Office. He's like just trying to make the camera guy laugh, who was ever filming it laugh, like trying to get a laugh. And it's bomb. Yeah,
it definitely does feel like The Office for sure.
That's what I'm saying. Don't get me wrong, The Office in the early seasons they were a lot better with that, and they played off it got old fast. I mean, after they went on for 9 seasons.
Right.
I mean, seriously, it's really hard for any show to kind of avoid that. I mean, going on season after season, when you do that sort of stuff and you lose your main players, that's to be expected.
The Walking Dead is on season 6, and it shows no signs of stopping. So, yeah, I'm kind of in that zone where I'm like, okay, when is this going to get, when is this going to lose its steam? It's not there yet, but we'll see. No,
but it's like, for example, in The Office, you had Michael Scott, who was just, his character is all about kind of playing to the camera and just trying to kind of impress somebody. In a way. And you have, I guess, Parks and Recreation. I don't watch the show personally, but I hear that's kind of what Leslie, it's
Leslie Knope.
Yeah, Leslie Knope.
Uh-huh.
That's what her character shtick was, to kind of the people pleaser to the camera, and that was kind of her take on it too. Is that it seems like Kermit's trying to play, and of course the thing maps well with Kermit the Frog is he's an insecure guy, which that plays in the scene. But again, he's kind of forcing these jokes, and some of them kind of come across as mean-spirited, which doesn't really work for him.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So that's the thing. I'm saying if they keep going in that direction with him, I think he gets a little more comfortable in front of the camera. He's not just trying to make jokes just to make someone laugh. That's not Kermit the Frog. That's Fozzie Bear style.
Yeah, definitely.
Anyway, it's like I think it's kind of building towards a negative. So it's not exactly a negative quite yet. It's getting there. Anyway, so he doesn't want him around Piggy. So he doesn't want Denise around Piggy. Makes him uncomfortable. So Denise, for a moment, I'm sorry, that takes turns.
Yeah. So Denise, she's like, oh, well, that's okay. I have a 2 o'clock appointment anyways. And Kermit's like, yeah, don't want to miss a meeting. So Denise walks away, but then she pulls a fast one, and she also drops a YOLO, which made me kind of shiver a little bit.
Again, that's kind of like tossing a stick in the negative pile there, like the YOLO.
It's like I don't actively want to dislike her, but having her say YOLO definitely doesn't.
This whole scene with Denise was mixed, because I like the idea of making her kind of an endearing fangirl, and she has like an interaction we all can relate to if we saw a celebrity we went gaga over. And if it's not just insecure of like, am I going to say the wrong thing? It's going to be like, oh, I'm just going to talk their head off and just kind of throw caution to the wind. It's going to be one of those interactions. Yet, like you like her for that, and then the way she's doing stuff like YOLO or. And the YOLO is just an instant, like kind of like, okay, now I lost some sympathy there.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like
it's a bridge.
Put it in there.
It's a tightrope of annoyance meets endearingness, and like for a moment on the endearing, then there's elements like YOLO and just kind of the constant repetition of the name, and like she kind of breaking off from composing herself, stuff like that's just kind of building towards. I'm not too crazy about Denise for a moment there.
I'm not too crazy about Denise in general, and I don't think anyone is.
I still say we got to give her like rule of 3. Take give her a third one. If she doesn't win us over, then it's pretty set in stone. That's the way you got to go with that.
Okay. Well, we'll see.
Anyway, so Denise interrupts Piggy, and it's kind of that mixed territory of it's kind of rude, but we're supposed to be rooting for. That's the direction they're going. We're supposed to be rooting for.
Which I can't.
Hence the problem.
Yeah, exactly.
And Piggy in this scene, though,
But you know what? You know who I think the true hero of this episode is? Truly?
Who?
It's got to be Piggy.
Well, speaking of which, Piggy in this scene, some great puppetry. I love the subtlety of the puppetry on Piggy, just kind of giving this like this look of like if someone's interrupting me, I'm just kind of hearing him. Like Piggy has this great, just kind of. She has a semi-psychotic thing this episode of like just kind of like being so methodic and calculating through the whole episode.
But at the same time, she is keeping her composure incredibly well. And
that's what I'm saying.
And I actually like that element of this episode.
Yeah, that's an improvement from last episode greatly. And that's saying if they keep going in like directions like this with Piggy, there's some hope for it,
Right, because of course the big problem last episode was it was just like, hey, let's see how obnoxious we can make Piggy for about 20 minutes.
Yeah, because you lose the premise of the show. You lose the premise if you do that. Like, okay, well, how would she get a talk show if she's too obnoxious for the guest or the crew? Someone has to work with her, otherwise they all just either be booked in the loony bin or they quit.
Exactly.
Anyway.
So yeah, here like just seeing her like really keeping it together under circumstances that the Piggy that we know and love would probably go off on. I'd say it's interesting to see. I like that direction.
And again, kind of the methodical touch we get towards the end of the episode mapped in, like full rewatching this episode, all the methodical things apply to it. It's really interesting.
Well, BlueDragonFive, you can't have nice, sweet Piggy without a little bit of methodical to it. Now, can you?
Anyway, so what I loved in this scene too, again, just kind of building towards Denise, maybe not too far gone because this is the way Kristen Chenoweth played it here.
And oh my God, Kristen Chenoweth! I just want to freaking eat her up.
I love how she was very nice to her. I love how pleasant she was. You know what I mean? I love pleasant celebrities. You know what I mean? That's an instant win for me on the Muppets. Just like, oh, yeah,
pleasant celebrities, Dylan.
Oh God,
I'm going to go and make you a star in Hollywood. And you'll have to interact with a bunch of people. But the key, Dylan, the key is that you have to be a pleasant celebrity.
I just love to see Max. You know, saying that really makes me want to see Max Theory and Scooter in a scene together.
Well, we need our Bates Motel Muppets crossover episode.
This episode really cemented that, and we're going to get into that when that scene comes.
Right.
So anyway, let's see. So there was again some great solid acting on Miss Piggy. Again, the kind of the puppetry on her, and again Kermit building a really tense scenes. Like Piggy usually would be kind of a little, the ego trip, but now she's not playing it that way. And Kermit's just really tense. Like you just interrupted Piggy. Like you put blood in the water of the shark tanks, and that's
exactly.
But again, they're trying to sell us on some endearing fanness, which I mean, just because of the way Chenoweth plays it off as, it kind of works. But again, when you really factor in all the other stuff attached to it, it's mixed.
It's very mixed, yeah. I like Kristen Chenoweth's reaction to her way more than I like her herself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the thing, because you just kind of come off as, oh, she interrupted Piggy, and she's like, it's obviously now isn't. Here's the big problem. It's two things. Obviously, now is not the time for that, because she's in the middle of the interview. Wait till afterwards, like come by after your meeting, something like that.
Exactly. Right.
It's not like Kermit's the showrunner. He could ask her to stick around so he can meet her or something like that. No, nothing like that is possible apparently. And the other thing is that I'll tell you why it's not clicking with Denise. In addition to the other, so in this particular case, that we're not there with her. We're not to the point where we can be in. She can be endearing. We haven't had enough episodes to get to know her. It's only been one appearance and kind of the looming name occasionally.
Yeah.
It's not enough there to kind of care about this character yet, and that's an issue.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear it. Can you hear me?
Okay, just make sure. Yeah.
So let's see. So she's saying afterwards, Denise, again, it's kind of build towards maybe they're trying to go into endearing her. It was the greatest moment of her life. Don't ever let me do anything that's stupid again. So again, a line like that makes you think, okay, maybe she's kind of recognizing this behavior, so there might be some hope.
Maybe, perhaps.
But, again, I say
my favorite part of the Chenoweth reaction, though, I just love where Denise.
Yes, the part where Denise leaves, and they've been kind of mentioning like Piggy and Chenoweth. There's been mentioning. The ex-girlfriend, like, oh, I haven't seen you since you and Kermit broke up. And, oh, yeah, Kermit broke up with you. Hey, when's the last time you were on Broadway? Your own singing, stuff like that. Just kind of a little playful dialogue there. Points, Denise has been in the air. So what was the reaction after Denise left, Iggy?
Reaction after Denise left?
Between Piggy and Chenoweth.
Oh, well, Chenoweth, I just love how Chenoweth, she's just like, oh, was that Kermit's? Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh. And then Chenoweth, she's just so sweet. She's just like, well, she's adorable. And you handled yourself lovely. And she did. Again,
this moment was great. This is kind of a great little kind of cut to the intro here, too. There's saying, well, yeah, I'm good with kids. So again, this just never occurred to me. Oh right, yeah, she's kind of younger looking. I never thought of it that way.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the problem that people had with her, is that it makes Kermit kind of seem like an asshole. You know what I mean? It's like he dumps Piggy. He's going out with like the younger, cuter pig. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I kind of like the gag in the 10-minute pilot a lot better. That he's going for a woman that's completely the same, literally the same model as Piggy.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that would have been funnier.
And just him in denial that he wants to be a pig, it would be like a much briefer affair than what they're trying for here. Less Kardashian pig, more original Muppets pig.
Oh god, Kardashian pig. You're right. Okay.
So. All right, so then we get Miss Piggy and Miss Chenoweth singing here, and then Yolanda.
Hold on.
Oh, Kristen, we both have such beautiful voices. It would be nice if we would have the time to sing something.
All right, I'm sorry, I had to do that line.
Anyway, so they get into a song, and as that's going on, this is kind of a scene I kind of like that. You know, the act is going on in the background while some plot's going on. So you get a little bit of the act through the thing, though, you know? So as that's going on, Yolanda, the secretary rat, reminds Kermit about Denise's birthday gift tomorrow. And says, "Oh no, this is kind of the classic thing. You're like, oh, she said no gifts. Well, it translates to she wants a gift."
Oh, let me just look up my lady translator. Beep 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 beep. Oh yeah, she wants a gift.
I'm gonna tell you though, I'm gonna sound like the dumb male in the room, but seriously, just who doesn't want a gift for their birthday? Who says no gifts? Okay, just I can't stand the no gifts thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, so again, the birthday's tomorrow, and Kermit's terrible with gifts. Oh yeah, he's definitely telling his Uncle Dudley. Oh yes, Yolanda says like that plush gorilla that sings Jungle Boogie every time you walk past it.
Oh, what did you use to pay for that? Your CVS rewards points.
I'm a frog. I buy a lot of moisturizer.
That was definitely a laugh out loud moment. For
And
me.
of course, Uncle Dudley kind of wins the episode with this one bit here. Oh my god! So he says, if I may,
Yes, go for it.
well, whatever you get, better blow her away, because if not, doubts will creep in, and your relationship will unravel. As he pulls out a little golden spool here, like this spool of thread, and he drops it all dramatically. And Kermit's freaked out, and the response is, "Well, what should I get her? I don't present solutions, just dramatic problems."
That is like a brilliant thesis statement of Uncle Dudley's character.
Oh my god! Seriously, Uncle Dudley's one of the best Muppet characters. Oh my god!
Yeah, that was like a perfectly timed use of prop humor right there.
Yes. Like, what makes it better is Kermit's reaction to Uncle Dudley just sells it, you know, just like that. That's just the classic scared Kermit the Frog mixed with the most intimidating Muppet.
Okay. So Kristen and Chenoweth and Kristen and Piggy are finishing up the number. Kristen has a very impressive long note at the end because, you know, she's awesome. She's awesome. And speaking of everyone thinking that Kristen Chenoweth is awesome, the band approaches Chenoweth. And what's going down here?
Okay, so the band, that's after she walks up from the act, the show's over, whatnot. She's walking backstage, and the band approaches her. They play the music accompanying her, I suppose. Say, "Oh yes, I've always wanted to perform with you guys." And then Animal always wanted to perform with live snakes, but Zoot, big baby.
I gotta say, there's some really, really good Electric Mayhem stuff in this episode.
Yeah, so
However, that being said, I am not a fan of the way that this whole storyline ends.
This is the silliest thing I've ever mentioned.
What?
There's my major gripe is so minimal. It's I noticed something about Janice's design. It really wigged me out this episode. I never noticed before, and now I don't know if they added it, but it's the weirdest thing, and I just can't stop looking at it. It's just like, oh god, what the? She has a uvula. I've never noticed that. That is the weirdest. Never give a Muppet a uvula. Oh god, it's so off-putting.
Oh god.
I love the teeth and the other. It's just uvula. It's just oh god.
And by the way, I'm sorry, this is just bugging me. Animat, I love you. Seriously, you're awesome. You're a great YouTuber, but it's Janice, not Janice. Seriously, in his vlogs, he calls her Janice every single time he refers to her.
Yeah, he does the thing with the name sometimes.
I'm like, it's Janice. It's Janice Joplin. Janice Joplin. That's where the name comes from.
Well, I don't want to rant on the guy. I love the guy's work, but yeah,
No, absolutely. I love the guy. I'm just saying.
For me, what bugs the crap me how he keeps saying Lassinger instead of Lassiter. I still don't understand how he gets that one.
All right. Well, whatever.
Move it,
He's
so-
a great YouTuber.
Yeah, we love Anna, Matt. Seriously, you're awesome, man.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just saying it is the one thing about his vlogs. I'm like, it's Janice. It's Janice. It's
I mean, look,
Janice.
in general, for pronunciation, I don't get like even, not just him, though in general, like people when they talk about Avatar: Last Airbender, they always get the names wrong because they say them all the time on the shows. How do you not get that?
We'll ask M. Night Shyamalan.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, how do you get Sokka from Sokka? They say Sokka every 5 minutes.
Oh God. Oh God.
How do you get Ung from Aang? Main characters. Seriously. I'm sorry. Even nostalgia. How do you not? No. Okay.
Nostalgia Critic wasn't even doing it right.
No, in the beginning he was. He got it right. So I don't want to get into it. So moving on. So. Anyway, so the Zoot line was pretty hilarious. Again, sorry, forgive me for my Janet. Sorry, not Janet. My Janet. You got all the name mix up. The Janice uvula. Forgive me for that. Just it really bugs me. It's really weird.
I would have noticed it, and now that you pointed it out, I will notice it. So thanks for that.
You're welcome. So after the hilarious but Zoot, big baby. Just the delivery on Zoot, big baby.
But Zoot.
So we get some hilarious mundanity with the Electric Mayhem Band. So the setup for this story is really hilarious.
It is. It is.
So Floyd's parents are having an anniversary, and of course the gag being I think it's Zoot, because in Zoot's mind's elsewhere. Due to what we can't say, but. Point is Zoot saying, "Oh, thanks for playing Floyd's parents' anniversary party for us." And anyway, then Chenoweth says, "Oh, sure, no problem, but I have no idea what you're talking about." Which again, Chenoweth is so fantastic in this scene.
Doesn't miss a beat. She's still pleasant.
Yep, and then they inform her, well, Floyd's parents are having their 40th anniversary, and Kristen Chenoweth, because she's such a lovely human being, she says yes, because she likes the Electric Man Band. She's always wanted to be in it.
But then Zoot, oh my, she kind of misses a beat here.
Well,
Well, thanks for nothing, Mrs. Chenoweth. Your selflessness just broke an old couple's hearts.
Then someone informs Zoot, well, she said yes. She says, withdraw.
Oh, withdraw. That was great. That was great.
Zoot's on a completely different wavelength than the Electric. Okay, so Kermit holds a gift meeting. This seems pretty funny.
It is. It is.
So basically, we're hearing a whole bunch of suggestions thrown out for Chris. Love the idea that Kermit holds a staff meeting to figure out what they give Miss Piggy. Such a waste of resources. I think it's hilarious. So anyway, so there were suggestions there. I listed all the suggestions, by the way. So there's peanut butter. Okay. There's a snow cone machine, which I actually think you should have gone with, by the way. There's
that would be good. That would be good.
Scissors, and anyways, then Kermit suggests again, remember there's Pepe, the whole writers room, and then the crew, and Chip the IT guy, the whole sleuth's there.
Mm-hmm.
Except Fozzie. Fozzie apparently is on sabbatical this episode.
Yeah, what's going on with Fozzie? He's just gone.
Well, maybe it's his day off. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows?
Fozzie Bear's day off. Bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, sorry. So Kermit suggests a tennis bracelet with Denise's initials on it, and that's shot down because Pepe, one of the fantastic lines of the episode.
Can I say it?
Go on.
All right.
Why does Pepe shoot it down?
That's shoot.
It's the perfect gift if.
Oh, that'd be good, okay? If you've been married for 32 years, have 2 kids, and you're seeing another woman.
I'm sorry, I lost my place. I apologize for that.
That's good if you're married for 30 years, have 2 kids, and seeing another woman. So then Chip, the IT guy, suggests
yes.
Breaking into her cloud and looking up her purchases, which is a strategic move, but again, violating a lot of personal space.
Yeah, not exactly the most socially acceptable form of conduct, Chip.
And then Gonzo has some hilarious suggestions. He suggests, well, first of all, he has a very practical solution. Why don't you ask Piggy? She's great at getting gifts. Then Scooter throws in, before we get Gonzo's hilarious suggestions, Scooter throws out why don't you make something, Color Me Mine?
Mm-hmm.
It's where Well, I made a cake plate for a woman. Let's just say the next morning she made me breakfast. Who is that? Your mother? Yes, yes. And I remind her every time her boyfriend's over. Put on a robe, Ken. So let me just say this. I think put on a robe.
I don't want to know.
Like put on a robe, Ken. If they're doing adultery, that's the way to do it. It's like it's just it's funny enough, you know. It's just it's suggestive enough without going too far. It's not like the Zoot birthday card. It's just like put on. What sells it is just Scooter's delivery. Scooter was really great this episode.
He was, and I think Scooter is actually surprisingly like the standout person who episode to episode continues to get development. You know what I mean?
Yes. Well, you know, if it's not Max Third, you know who he has to have who guest star he has to work with, don't you?
Who?
Freddie Highmore. You see the parallel, don't you?
No, what's the parallel?
I'm saying Scooter's.
Oh, the mother thing. Oh,
Scooter is even wearing flannel this episode.
But then, what if Vera Farmiga then falls in love with Scooter?
Oh my god! Oh, that is. Oh god!
And then Freddie Highmore's like, "You son of a bitch! I have to seek my revenge on you now."
That would be.
There we go. We have the Bates Motel episode.
That would be the best thing ever.
No. Hold on. What if Freddie Highmore then goes so far as to like court Scooter's mother? Like, I'm talking like ends the relationship with Ken and is straight up like going out with Scooter's mom.
It'd be hilarious if Scooter was a guest star on Bates Motel. Not on the actual show, but I mean on the Muppets, kind of showing like a scene being shot for Bates Motel, and Scooter somehow being a guest star.
Because I was about to say like Muppets on Bates Motel. I'm not.
No, not the actual Bates Motel. I'm saying like the soundstage, whatever soundstage Bates Motel would be shot on.
Right. Could you imagine just like this week on Bates Motel, Uncle Deadly shows up.
Oh my god, Uncle Deadly could be the Bob Terrace of the season.
Yes, he could.
Or actually, most likely Chick Hogan, being like classy Chick Hogan.
Uncle Deadly would actually fit into that show rather.
Okay, we'll get the more Bates Motel references later on with Scooter, but anyways, put on a robe, Ken, really hilarious line. So we get Gonzo's suggestion. Gonzo's suggestion is hilarious. It is, why don't you get her a scale? You know how women, women are always concerned about their weight, always checking a scale. Well, now they can know always women wondering if they're fat. But now they can know for sure. Funny logic and equally funny payoff. So let's see. So Chip gives Kermit the bronchitis tip that she didn't get her bronchitis medicine lately. Again, just close the laptop, Chip. But I don't know how to do my eyes. So then Gonzo then suggests a bag full of socks. It's cheap, but if she likes it, if she doesn't like it, if she throws it at you, it won't hurt like the scale.
Hey, Blue Dragon 5.
Yes.
Just for reference sake, just for Kermit, we do have some black socks that we can borrow. They're here. Don't worry about it. We got them.
So after the scale payoff, Pepe then suggests, why don't you get her flowers, some self-grown flowers? Well, there's no time. It's tomorrow. Says, well, then why don't you plant them now for your next girlfriend because you're done.
Oh God.
Teresa, okay? Are you rushing? Are you dragging? Okay? There's no mouse button there, okay?
All right.
Okay, so Whiplash references aside, we're at Color Me Mine. So Kermit apparently is going to his right-hand man, Scooter, for advice.
Yeah. This just seems like a place that SpongeBob and Patrick would frequent, doesn't it?
I don't really get that.
You didn't I totally got that. It totally felt like a Goofy Goober type location.
Nah, I didn't really get that.
Okay.
I love the location, though. I think it's hilarious. So,
it is. It's fun. It's fun.
What if it's a real place?
Let me look it up really quick. Hold on.
Anyway,
it could be because they shoot a lot of stuff like around the Los Angeles area.
I don't know if there was like, I don't know if like Pottery Barn has the same services or not. I mean, I know they have the catalogs and stuff, and they sell.
Yeah, Color Me Mine. Yeah, it is.
Oh.
It's actually a chain. There's several of them.
That's nice, and that's good product placement. Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, so first of all, I love the fact that. Anyway, so I love the fact that he's going to Scooter because again, Scooter's kind of cemented himself in this show. Is he's kind of the guy who kind of runs things along with Kermit the Frog, and I think it makes sense given their history throughout the whole Muppet Show.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's a nice gesture on Kermit's part of like indulging Scooter and his suggestion. There's like a subtlety in this scene of like Kermit's supporting Scooter even though he's not going to admit it. He's making a gift from art, making a personal gift opposed to diamonds, which. Or diamonds you can see from space, which would be Piggy's preference. Which, to make that gag not mean, I'm going to assume Kermit meant that Piggy actually specified diamonds that could be seen from space, otherwise it's a little mean-spirited.
Now, Kermit, I want to give him I want to give instructions on my present. I want diamonds, Kermit. I want diamonds. But not just any diamonds, Kermit. I want to make sure that you can see these diamonds from space. Just for me, Kermit. Just for me.
Jewelry in space. Anyway, so apparently we find that the various levels of skill that are required at this at Color Me Mine and the various kind of skill levels.
They're acting like it's a ski slope or something.
Yes. So apparently, Scooter, being the expert that he is there, because again, he goes there. He's kind of the main fixture of the place. Kind of like Jimmy McGill at the nail salon. He's welcome there.
Right.
Anyway, so basically, he starts Kermit off on a salad plate, kind of the beginner's level.
Mm-hmm.
So we meet Shirley. Again, Scooter knows everyone by name, which is pretty funny. I love the mundanity like that. Just like he goes there a lot. They know his name. It's hi Cheryl, and Cheryl has a cookie jar and pointing out the Kermit the Frog. Yeah, oh yeah, she had a tummy tuck. We'll see how long that holds with the cookie jar.
Oh God.
So then the explanation to why Scooter is there. So
I was just sipping hot waters, with my mom, like we does. Like we does. And then I realized I really need to get out. I really need to get out and do something with my life. So 10 minutes later, I was here. And I need. So this is my place where I go to party. And it's really cool. It's really cool.
And again, I think there's kind of a suggestion of Kermit does have some fondness for Scooter here when he says, well, it's maybe something you want to keep to yourself. He's kind of looking out for Scooter without
He's looking out for him, absolutely.
Which is kind of sweet, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And again, this whole scene, a lot of Scooter Bates Motel here. Seriously, this whole episode I was thinking, man, Scooter is a lot like Norman Bates. So this episode, I think you're going the Norman Bates direction. He has this attachment to his mother.
And then there's also this man in his mother's life that he can't stand.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like,
oh God, can you imagine Norman and Ken put on a robe? Ken.
I don't think you're a nice man, Ken. Put on a robe. Now remember, folks, here's the Bates Motel connection. The minute he sees Ken without that robe, he's going to kill him and his mother. That's how it goes in the movie.
Right.
Seriously, it's no joke. That's how it happens in the movie. He kills him after they find him in the mid-coitus.
All right.
That's what happens. Anyway, but seriously, I just kind of love the flannel and then the hating the boyfriend, just kind of the obsession with the mother. It seems very Norman Bates-esque, and I love that direction with Scooter. I never thought they'd go that route. It's kind of funny. There's a Robot Chicken sketch where there's this hilarious Robot Chicken sketch where Scooter is kind of killing the Muppets because of some things that happened during the Muppet Baby years.
Oh no!
And it unfolds very.
Has to do with Skeeter.
Yes.
Okay, I think I know what you're talking about.
It's pretty fun, kind of a cross between Scream and then Psycho,
Right.
Anyway. So I'm saying stuff like that kind of mixed all together with Scooter. They can pull off the Norman Bates side of it, It'd be pretty funny. Again, get a Bates Motel guest star with Scooter. It'd be hilarious. Either Vera Farmiga can't keep her paws off him, or just like saying, Oh my God, Vera Farmiga and Miss Piggy and Vera Farmiga and Scooter would be the perfect match.
God.
Oh my God. Tiki, what would that sound like? Vera Farmiga meeting Miss Piggy. What would that sound like?
Oh, hello, Vera Farmiga. All right.
Well, what would it sound like? What would it sound like on Vera Farmiga's side?
Well, I don't know. I don't do. Well, hello, Piggy. I don't do a Vera Farmiga voice.
That's the gag. They sound very similar, Tiki. That's the gag.
Well, hello, Piggy.
I don't know. I feel like I'm doing a disservice to Vera Farmiga here. Hello?
Lost on us. You there?
I think so.
Oh, we're good. Sorry about that. Moving on.
That was weird. Okay.
So after the establishment of why Scooter's there, I love this Rach. I love Rach just stopping by. I just love like little pleasantries exchange. Kermit the Frog. Oh, hey, Rach. Yeah, drops off the salad plate so we can get started there. Remember, Kermit, there are no rules. It's all about he starts is, well, wait, you're going with orange? Well, yeah, well, you don't use orange unless you're painting an orange.
Or a
Anyway.
pumpkin, Scooter, or a pumpkin.
Yep. So basically, after a series of Scooter interjecting with some advice and tips, which basically means, leading Kermit down the starter's path and, a little critique. There are no wrong choices, and obviously there are wrong choices in Scooter's eyes. A little obsessive over the finely painted pottery. Anyway, so he ends up throwing Kermit's work in the whoopsie bin, which is a hilarious running gag. Whoopsie bin.
It is.
Just like, again, the idea of it, it's a whoopsie, and you made a mistake, throw it away, but it's a whoopsie.
That's very practical. Very practical.
So then we see the end result of Kermit's first attempt, which is this really kind of cute-looking plate of Kermit's first. Yeah, I thought it was nice, but the first time I saw it, though, I thought it was Kermit driving.
Well, I think that's the gag, is that
it is
not really. I kind of did take it as the zoo thing too. I was like, oh, that looks like some sort of animal. It looks like they're in a park or something.
I thought it was like, oh, that's so cute. Like they're driving and they're getting to know each other. That's kind of nice. And then Kermit's saying, well, it's just them. And then he said, I said, oh, there's the coffee. Okay, I see it. I get what he's going for. Basically pointing out, as Kermit's pointing out, the benefits of this thing. Also, it holds a pound of spaghetti. Then, Scooter kind of pops his bubble here, saying, well, what is this? And basically, he's saying, are you going to the zoo? It's on safari. It's like the safari cafe. No. Well, who's the giraffe? That's Denise. Necks are hard. Seriously, whoopsie bin, and overall it's a no-go. So Kermit's looking for other options. Apparently doesn't have an artistic talent. But I thought I loved the little rendering of Plate Kermit. I love Plate Kermit. He was adorable.
I think that would have been a good gift. Not as good as the gift that eventually materialized, but not as materialistic of a gift either. I think it would have been a sweeter gift.
Yeah, I don't know what Kermit was thinking. I'll tell you what Kermit went wrong with. It was just two elements of it, really. It was the neck and the color of the ground. That would make it look like a savannah or something.
Right, exactly.
And he just repainted that. He could have salvaged it, but anyway, whoopsie bin, it's a no-go. So Kermit's asking Piggy for help. Finally, he's out of options. The last possible option, instantly Piggy's kind of scrutinizing Kermit, saying, "Oh, you want me to help you get some done with neck waddle?" Well, I know a doctor's neck waddle. No. See that? Deadly saying, "Spit it out, frog."
Quit spattering and mattering and spammering and boring me.
Then Uncle Deadly again stealing the scene as he does says, "Are you under the impression I want to be in this room? You don't know me." As he walks out, takes a little step, turns. No one does. I love Uncle. Seriously, give Uncle Deadly a spin-off or a mini web series of some variety. Seriously, give him a Netflix show.
Now I just want him to be a villain in a season of Bates Motel. That's all I want.
Bob Paris' business partner from overseas.
Pleasantries, Dylan. Pleasantries.
Ah, yes, the Bates boy. Please, bring me in. I have plans for Norman Bates. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so moving on.
Yes.
So let's see. So Herman Piggy.
Piggy points out how good of a gift giver she is because, well, you know, no one gives gifts better than me. As a matter of fact, I'm a gift to giving gifts.
Well, now you just made it sound
like
weird.
That. Something to that extent.
And then
she points out, a letter from Queen Elizabeth thanking her for the GoPro camera. No one ever gives me anything fun.
See, that to me cracks me up. Just that's about to crack the picture up too. I love the idea that Queen Elizabeth, she doesn't really get the right gifts. And you Miss Piggy, of all characters in the world, gives just the right thing. That's just right. That's a guest star that you get a guest star without actually seeing the guest star, and it works because it's absurd enough to be funny enough to validate that. You know.
Sure.
Just saying, I can imagine the Queen writing Piggy a letter saying, "Oh, thanks to the GoPro."
Right.
Which is hilarious, and again, just showing just how this next bit of information really just kind of affects Piggy. She drops her framed letter from Queen Elizabeth after it's mentioned that the gifts for Denise, like.
But I do like how she maintains her composure still.
Oh, she does. She does.
She doesn't miss a beat. You know, the only thing is that she drops a picture and it cracks, and that's one thing. But it's like I feel like she's in some kind of therapy or something. I feel like she's like, just breathe, Piggy, just breathe.
Oh yeah. Anyway, so bear in mind she is acting up, but through a much more restrained and likable manner.
Exactly.
So let's see. So then Kermit says, "Well, we're friends, aren't we? So we should be able to help each other out with this sort of stuff, like we said, right?" Yes. Now, you know, if I'm going to help you out with this, I need to ask a lot of personal questions. I mean, come on, Tiki, say it for me, would you?
You know, all I really know about her is that she's not me.
So then we're with the Electric Mayhem Band and Kristen Chenoweth.
This did not go the way I was expecting it to go. I was expecting the band to break Chenoweth, but really it was Chenoweth who broke the band, which was kind of funny.
Yeah, that was fun. So when you say you didn't go the way you expected, did you still like it or just not the way you expected?
No, I still liked it, although I do feel like they were kind of like unjustified in what they did to her. And honestly, just because I love Chenoweth so much, I kind of wish that there was something where, you know what would have been, well, we'll get to it.
Let's just save it. Yeah, we'll save it.
Yeah. But I do have a perfect thing that would have saved it. I have a perfect freaking guest star that would have saved it. But we'll get there.
Miss Chenoweth's a little bothered by the fact she doesn't have a seatbelt but a guitar strap. And
like I said, I totally thought that the whole premise of this was that Chenoweth was going to start as like, you know, this adorably sweet presence who doesn't have a bad word to say to anyone. And then by the end of this road trip, she's just going to be like, you guys are all crazy. I can't stand any of you. Like, that's kind of the direction I thought we were going.
And this scene's where I noticed the Janice uvula, and I was like, oh, God, it's so unnatural. Muppets shouldn't have uvulas. Ah! Anyway, so then we get the Funyun gag, you know, onion.
Funyuns are
just animals selling of the Funyuns, just really, really funny. And then the result being is this Chenoweth there just like, you know, takes one out of fear, and then just bombarding animal with Tic Tacs, getting them all over the place.
They're crunchy like chips, but fun like onions. Onions!
Hey, animal sticks by his food.
They're a lot more fun than the onion from Steven Universe. That's for damn sure.
Well, you gotta remember, Funyuns are very important. Look at Breaking Bad. You remember, don't you?
Oh, of course.
I would hope so. They were in one of the best episodes of Breaking Bad. Twice.
Not gonna argue there.
Anyways, back to the Funyun gag. It's mentioned that that Floyd's parents, their house is not exactly a house, more so a bus that was crashed and forged into a home into a hole that was blown up. So anyway, so then we have Janice and Floyd here, and there's some questions about their relationship, leading to some confusion brought about by Miss Chenoweth, kind of interjecting some questions. So, how long you guys been together? Well, not exactly together, and you know.
I'm not anyone's lady. I'm not even my own lady. I wouldn't do that to myself.
Floyd's perplexed by this because he got rid of his Tinder for her. Oh, I didn't mean to hit a Tinder subject. Oh, Chenoweth, you little minx, you. So anyway, so then Floyd's upset by this because he thinks he had a long, meaningful relationship, which actually might put some interesting conflict between Floyd and Sam Eagle.
That's right. That's right. We haven't seen anything come to Sam yet so far, but we'll see.
Just may. Anyway, so Floyd's upset. Says, "Oh, Miss Non-Committal over here." So then Dr. Tooth tries to interject, saying, "Oh, I could have told you she's non-committal." I mean, basically reveals that she was my lady in the past. Which I love is the shock and awe on Kristen Chenoweth's face of like, oh boy,
scandal.
There's like a gasp in the bus, and then just kind of like a moment of like silence from her as the rest of them are all flutter.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, I pulled a string I really shouldn't have. Well, this is my van, and it says things escalate easily. It's like,
last time I checked, this van belongs to the universe. Well, maybe next payday the universe can cut you a check. Wait, you guys get paid? Who gets paid?
Animal apparently does not get paid, which she takes issue with.
And then my favorite part of this whole thing is that as it fades out, Animal just has a little fun yuns.
I think the implication is Animal's getting paid in snack food, which I think is not right. He should get some good representation on that matter. Maybe by
Better Call Saul.
Yeah. So anyway, so then we got Piggy and Kermit. So again, Piggy and her line of questioning, very interesting when you rewatch it too. So she's very undermining. Also, again, at the same time, rewatching it, a little psychotic too with as she insults Denise with these questions. She has this line that sounds very kind of Norma Bates to me. I love that she has this line saying, "The love of her life, Kermit the Frog." You know what I mean? It's like saying Piggy desperately wants to get back with Kermit, whether she admits it or not. And this is kind of a way of saying she wants. Remember, Kermit's day of reckoning is coming. That's why he's praying that his car doesn't get blown up.
Exactly.
But seriously, it's just this idea that the love of her life. Again, this love of her life that Kermit the Frog is my love of my life. Underneath that, all just kind of like a great kind of restrained psychosis on Miss Piggy's part, and I love that. Just like very intimidating, Anyway, so
she's asking her, what the perfect evening would be, and Kermit's just like, well, we'd order Chinese food and
eat from a box, okay,
and then we download a movie.
Agoraphobic, keep going.
I can relate to that.
What's her song? He says, "Oh, we don't really have a song." How can you not have a song? Remember our song, Kermit? You do it.
I don't have the lyrics in front of me.
What's the name of the song, Tiki?
I don't know.
You are the sunshine of my life.
You are the sunshine of my life.
There you go. Okay, so anyway, so Kermit the Frog is a little flustered by this. He says, "Well, look, all I know about her, she's disorganized. She puts ketchup on everything. She likes
outdoorsy.
She's outdoorsy, and she eats the cupcakes upside down. She just has like a thing of frosting in her hand.
Likes football.
Yep. And Miss Piggy's just like after the cupcake thing that ends that. She's it's like you're dating my 6-year-old niece." Just laughing her little pig head off. So then Yolanda interrupts, says they're about to go shopping. He says, oh, Kermit, you got a meeting in 10 minutes. Oh, I can't go. I got to go shopping. Well, maybe I can pitch him a show. I was thinking about this lone rat living in the city.
She's got big dreams and a tiny waist.
Yeah, anyway, so then Kermit's forced to leave it to Piggy, leaving Piggy's capable hands, which obviously if given Piggy's past episodes, I'd be very nervous about
It
that.
would be terrifying. It would be terrifying.
And then she does this really hilarious squishy face thing, but like just like, hey, squish, face. Now give me a smile.
Face. No squishy face.
And then just doing the smile.
It's a fruitcake, no.
This current squishy face smile, I think, is priceless. Like,
It is.
okay, let's see. So then we cut back to Kermit just at the dinner with at the lunch with Denise, and just kind of waiting for the gift so he can give it to her, before she has to go to another meeting or something.
The only thing I have to give her is a punch card from Cinnabon. And they're 7 purchases away from a free bun. That's not a gift. It's a burden.
That was a good line.
Yes. Anyway, so Kermit's stalling. They bring back the cake. Bring back the cake. He has little sushi cakes brought to him, and So again, Kermit's probably been eating, as Denise is not surprised by this, because again, Kermit the Frog, big old stress eater, it would appear.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, so he's stalling, like saying "Happy Birthday," the 52-verse lead into it. But thankfully, he doesn't have to go into that.
A long time ago, your mom and daddy really loved each other a lot.
Very thankfully, Kermit does not proceed with that song. I don't want to even fathom where it was going to go. So,
Oh God.
remember, 52 verses.
All right.
No, Tiki, seriously. 52 verses.
I know.
Anyway, so Piggy delivers the goods after Kermit saying, "I ate so much sushi they named one after me. It's made of veal and cream cheese. It's terrible." And apparently, Piggy.
Get your Kermit roll available at your local sushi joint. That's the Kermit roll with eel and cream cheese.
Well, at least it's not frog legs.
No. Oh God.
I'm Doc Hopper. This Doc Hopper's frog legs. Okay, so what does Piggy say?
What does Piggy say? She says,
Well, after I picked it up, I did have lunch next door because I'm not a gift-giving robot.
So you can see how she was next to her the whole time, getting lunch as she could have just delivered it right next to right next door, just like called, texted Kermit or something. No, come back, nothing. Also, Kermit's gonna have to. She had caviar for lunch, which is very pricey. Anyway, also the reveal of the gift is that Piggy got her essentially a perfect jewel box tailored to Denise in various ways, and a charm bracelet inside with a ketchup bottle on it.
which is adorable. That's great. That's great.
Again, I'm impressed. Again, they're showing me Piggy's good at what she does, which is what we want from her to justify why she has a show.
Totally.
So she can get gifts for anyone, which is fantastic. And Kermit stuck with the bill and the caviar lunch, which was expensive. So, band. Things are getting very heated as they've stepped off the bus, off the van.
Just a little bit.
The moon. Everything revolves around the moon, which is why we a winner. There's some fun lines like that going around there. Anyways, then Dr. T's had enough.
You can either go back and get in the van by your own vocation, or I could drag you by your mustache.
Which, by the way, is a very hilarious yet intimidating threat.
It is.
Especially if you're a Muppet, because all those Muppets have really long mustaches.
They do.
Anyway,
Chenoweth, she's awesome. She's trying to play mediator. She's like,
start fresh.
Yeah, this is a simple communication problem. And then they take a couple seconds, and then Dr. T is just like, I got his mustache!
Oh, God. Anyway, so they all blame... So they all connect the dots here, and they blame Chenoweth. We were all fine until she came around. And then they do something again, this is where the story does kind of have an unhappy ending. They abandon her. Leave her with nothing but Funyuns, which I thought, that's amazing. I hope she has her cell phone. I really do. Otherwise, she's really stranded.
That's my one problem with this. That's my one problem, is that if it's really just implied that she's just left there to just die, then I'm like, that is an asshole move. That is, I don't know. But you know what would have made this great? You know what would have made this fantastic though?
What?
Is if a car pulled up right after Chenoweth gets stranded, and then the door opens, and it's Idina Menzel, and she's just like, because of course those two co-starred in Wicked together.
Oh god, I would love that so much.
Right.
Great. Anyway, so then
Alright.
we'll also get kind of this questionable punchline of wish your parents a happy anniversary, implying that they cooked up the whole parents' anniversary thing, just like they completely forgot about it. Just like,
Okay.
so we get Kermit and Denise opening the gift, and we get this really, we get the reveal that when she opens the jewelry box, it plays music, and it's a really, this is the most Norma Bates moment from Miss Piggy I've ever seen in the show. So yeah, we get Norman Bates with Scooter, we get Norma Bates with Miss Piggy. It's really hilarious. So
You are the sunshine of my life.
it's the music, it's playing the song. Denise is liking, and Kermit's realizing, oh no, this is our song now, and it's so creepy, and maybe foreshadowing that it's Miss Piggy in a really kind of creepy way saying, hey, we're still together, we're going to be together.
We're going to be together forever, Kermit.
It's kind of the Barbara Keene route, it would appear.
Oh, God. Oh dear. Let's not even go there.
But no, seriously. Point being that it's her way of saying to Kermit. The second message we're going to talk about in 1 second here, we're just kind of saying that, hey, I still have feelings for it. That's why their song's playing. Kermit realizing, oh no, I never. It's like Piggy saying, Denise is just is a temporary thing. It's going to be her and I forever. Oh God, it's creepy.
It is a little bit.
And the window shot doesn't help either. It's like,
Oh no, you're right. Shot does not help.
Now, when I say creepy, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's an interesting choice.
Well, I think it's fascinating. I really do like this whole kind of like calm and collected, but still very maniacal Piggy. I think it's an interesting direction.
Maniacal?
Yeah, a little bit.
I wonder how she'd laugh. Not what I meant. I was thinking along the lines of something a little more literal, Tiki. There you go. Oh, okay.
All right.
Anyways, let's see. So then Miss Piggy has a little confessional where she's saying, "Oh, I do anything. Oh, would you like to do it?"
Well, you know, he is my friend, and I do anything for Kermit. But don't ask your ex to buy a gift for your girlfriend. That is messed up.
And I think he knows that now.
So I love this whole thing where throughout the entire thing, yeah, of course it's a messed up thing to ask Piggy to do, and of course she's not happy about it, but my God, she keeps her composure.
She does. So then we get a little tag here where Scooter's in his happy place, and we see his happy place is corrupted by Rizzo and Pepe, and basically playing on, they turned the place into like a hot spot to meet chicks for basically, it's Desperate Housewives with Chardonnay in their water bottles.
I love that Chardonnay in the water bottles. I can just picture that.
And like I believe Pepe has a date with Cheryl from earlier, the one with the cookie jar, and we see the hilarious
Don Juan Prawn. It's IamPepe.com. Even my email is filled with passions. Okay.
Great visual gag. So you can turn into a pickup joint. Then the Scooter says, "I'm going home to this." Is the most Norman Bates line of the whole episode. This one has to be. He says, I'm going home to my mother, home to mom, even if it's her private time with Ken.
Oh no! Oh, I do not want to know the aftermath of that.
So let me like. I wonder how Norman Bates. I think Norman Bates would kind of spin it like, I'm going home to mother, even if it's her private time with George. Or Finnegan.
Oh God.
Or James.
Okay.
James Finnegan. Sorry. Okay. Anyway, so then I believe. Hey Shadow, meet me at the Whoopsie Bins, okay?
Okay.
That's the end of the episode.
All right. So I gotta say, just talking through it, yeah, I think I am kind of like. This episode is right in the middle for me. It's not as good as the first episode. It's not as good as episode 4. I would say ranking the episodes from 1 to 6 so far, it's right at number 3 for me. I think this had a lot of good qualities to it. I really do.
I'm sorry, I just did like a head count here. I think we're off on the episode. There's 1, there's 2's Groban, 3's Fozzie, 4's 4. Sorry, I mean the
4
4th.
is
Yeah, it's still
karaoke.
Yeah, 4, 5.
And then 5 was last week, and then we're on 6.
Oh. Okay,
I'm not
sorry.
wrong.
All right, I'm sorry. I was trying to like, rank him in my head. I got like a different thing. Like this to me, this episode would be probably behind the Fozzie Bear kind of going on as in the writing episode.
I'll have to rewatch the Fozzie Bear episode because that was a good one. But what I admire about this episode, like I said, I can't get over how well the Piggy stuff worked out. And it was just exactly what we had such a problem with the way that Piggy was acting last episode. And it just seems like they fixed it in such a good way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I'm really interested. Like, I'm interested to see if this calm, cool, and collected Piggy, who's just very sort of like, just sort of conniving under the surface. I'm really interested to see if this is kind of the Piggy we're going to get going forward. I'm kind of fascinated by it. And we have a lot of great gags here. I think we have a lot of good character development, a lot of good Uncle Deadly, continued development for Scooter. This is probably some of the most depth that the Electric Mayhem has ever had in anything that they've been in. So, yeah, I thought this was really good. I really do. I think this is a good episode. Chenoweth is a great guest star, one of the best guest stars the show's had.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
I think I might have missold it. I'm just saying, I think there's some mixed elements in there, but again, it's mixed really when I think about it. Again, compared to the last episode, it's far greater than that. That one was really bad with the elements that he screwed up in that one.
One mixed element we have is Denise, because in general, her whole presence is just kind of like throwing things through a loop a little bit.
Yeah, it's really it. Well, I guess the Uville also kind of traumatized me, so a bit of that too.
Don't get any. That doesn't have anything to do with the
I know, I'm not,
or anything like that.
I know, I'm not messing around, but yeah.
All right.
But yeah, I mean, it just didn't have. It just didn't have as wasn't as special as those first 2 we have ranked on there. But don't get me wrong, it was a fine episode. It's a solid episode.
Yeah, for sure. So the Muppets, they did get picked up for a full 16-episode season, as far as I know, but you seem to know other things.
Yes. So folks, here's kind of the update we have at this moment. Again, here's the only information I know on the thing. As much, not much more than what Tiki's just said right now. So it's been picked up for 16 episodes, which usually a full season kind of goes for the 22 episode run, which is concerned. But I'll tell you, here's the reasoning for the 16 episodes. Here's since the 16 episode announcement, what's been going on. So, one of the series showrunners, not Bill Prade, not the Big Bang Theory guy, but another guy. Unfortunately, I don't know his name off the top of my head. He's leaving the show due to creative differences of directions that take the show. So he is leaving. Now, there is good news though. The showrunner that is most likely to take the place. Now, it's not set in stone. So we don't know if this person is going to be there exactly. I don't know her name precisely, but I know she's the showrunner on Galavan. Sorry. Galavan.
Oh.
Galavan. Sorry.
Galavan.
Darn the names.
Galavan.
But no, seriously, one of our Galavant showrunners. She has a very good chance of taking over because like she's involved in the network, and she's kind of the comedy showrunner they would go for. And it's like speculated she's like not like an 85% chance she'll be doing it.
Well, you know what? I actually think that's a really good fit for what the Muppets is trying to do, like that style of humor. I think that style of humor would be a really good fit for the Muppets.
Oh yeah. And it might kind of be going back to form with the Muppets a little bit too, if they do it right. Now, here's the other thing with that. So, regardless of who they get, but most likely her, what they're going to be doing, Tiki, is interesting going forward. Is the recent development I wanted to let you know about. So, they're going to cut the season short. So, what they're going to do is season 1 is going to consist of 10 episodes. Well, at least
what?
I don't know if I should say not full season. Let me finish. Sorry, not full season. What I mean is they're going to be doing the break earlier. So
okay.
Sorry, I meant break. Sorry, I didn't mean the full thing. they're breaking off 10 episodes what they have now. So this first half, like, until the season break is 10 episodes. At episode 10 it stops. Then they're going to be doing what they're calling it's kind of a quasi relaunch of the show. So it's still the same season, but it's like now with the new creative team on it. There'll be like episodes after 10 will. Yeah. So it's an interesting development at the least. So it's going to be kind of separating our qualities there, perhaps.
Yeah, we'll see. Steven Universe actually had a similar thing happen very early on, where I don't think any of the creators left, but they definitely kind of like took a break and retooled the show, retooled some of the elements.
Yeah, so that's like how they've sold it. They said it's going to be kind of a relaunch, kind of a retooling of the thing with episodes 11 through 16, I guess. So they'll come back from our holiday break, I guess. Actually, they said that it's coming back in the spring, so that half of it will.
Okay.
It might be a big delay than we think, but
yeah, it sounds like it. Well, maybe they'll have Gallivant in that time.
Well, they will. Remember, we have Gallivant coming, and remember we have Gallivant and Agent Carter to hold us over at that time.
Right. Sure.
So then, I guess following that, then we're getting the other 6 episodes that have been held over for the Muppets, and presumably, if it does well, they might extend it to 22. But that's how Gotham works. So I don't know if that's going to work for this exactly.
Okay.
Again, usually it's 22 episodes, kind of but usually they start them off at 16, then advance to 22. But this one didn't actually even get 16. I guess they got 13, maybe. I don't know. I
think was it just that they got 10?
I don't know. I mean, I know some like Stars when they have their shows, like Walter Bowman does a 10-episode show. Curb Enthusiasm on HBO, that's 10 episodes. Bates Motel, obviously, 10 episodes. That's an hour-long show, though.
Right.
So I don't know exactly how the breakdown is for network TV, but I assume 13 was kind of the regular. It's an animation how it works, usually 13, or from 13 to 26.
Okay.
Anyway, so.
Well, yeah. It should be interesting to see how how they take it in a different direction. I just hope that they don't like disregard the continuity that they've already built up so far.
It might. I wonder if they're going to write out Denise by the end of, like, they might have an episode at the beginning of when they come back, like, explain why Denise, that might be the breakup episode,
Maybe. I
was saying maybe. Either there or they they kind of got her right by that point. We'll see.
We'll see.
It's a stretch.
Anyways. So you
anything to speculate
on? There is one piece to speculate on.
Episode
7 is Pigs in a Blackout, and that's got a really exciting guest star, actually. We're looking at Jason Bateman.
I'm sorry, Tika, you kind of cut out for a second there. What'd you say?
I said can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay, episode 7 is Pigs in a Blanket, and the guest star is going to be Jason Bateman, which I think is pretty exciting.
Well, that's good. Many times I can take or leave Jason Bateman, but he's growing on me. I like him a little more now.
I need to see the movie The Gift. I've heard that he's really, really good in that. Yeah.
When he does comedy, sometimes his comedy doesn't work. That's the thing.
Most besides maybe J.K. Simmons.
Yeah.
Anyways, episode 8 is Too Hot to Handler. And can you guess who the guest star is in that episode?
Oh, no.
Chelsea Handler.
Oh, boy.
Are you not a fan of her?
Well, it's not exactly me. I'm just saying I know she kind of has a hate coalition around her, so it's going to be interesting. On Hollywood Babylon, Ralph Garman doesn't like Chelsea. I can't wait for Hollywood.
Come on.
It'll be fun to see. Chelsea Handler on the Muppets. But I believe Chelsea Handler's big. I think she was like one of the first women to late night. I think that was one of her claims. So
that is her claim to fame. That's definitely her claim to fame. Yeah.
So that's probably why they picked her to kind of have a.
Really? Oh my god. Oh, dude, we need to end this soon because this internet is just getting out of control.
Okay, so that's does it for us. So episode was solid. It was a solid episode.
Hold on. Well, one last note about episode 8. Becky's coming back.
Yay!
Well, we'll see. I didn't like the way that they ended it last time, so...
Well, the point is she's coming back, though, as long as they don't do that ambiguous thing they keep getting rid of her. I hate when they keep getting rid of her at the end of the episodes.
Well, at least it's only a 1-episode break in between appearances, so that's
what I'm saying. It's a good sign. Now bring back her father. That'll make me really happy.
Yes. I want to see more of that guy.
Yes!
He likes the salmon. What a surprise. Okay. All right. So, oh boy. So, without further ado, the Muppet Show again. Yeah, I don't
again.
have the outro. I don't have the outro. I'm sorry.
Yay!
I have it written. I have the intro down on here, but it's just like, yeah. And I know the outro is the most simple thing in the world, so why don't you just correct me? Why don't you just correct me on air and then chastise me about it?
No.
Go on. No. Go on. I insist.
So until next time when we talk about the Muppet Show again. Yay!
How do I never remember that? I am a dumbass. Oh my god. Okay. So until next time, when we talk about the Muppet Show again. Animal want to perform with live snakes, but Zoot, a big baby.